what's going on, you guys? Welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. And today I got one for the Stranger Things series finale. Not just season 5 finale, the series finale. This is the end of a 10-year journey that we have been on with these characters that we have grown to like, love, hate, some of them, you know what I'm saying? All of that. And now it is all led to this. We headed to the upside down. Another world is come crashing down. We gotta stop it. We gotta get up in there. We gotta get up in there. Stop Vecna, the Mind Flayer, Whoop the Wah, all of that, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Let me tell you something right now. Your boy loved the episode. So if you look for somebody who didn't like the episode, you might as well want to get up out of here. You might want to get up out of here. I understand. Listen, as I was watching it, I knew it had some problems. But I was so into it, I didn't give a damn about them problems. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even think about half of them. I just like, you know what? If these people can do what they need to do, I ain't worried about other stuff. What the hell were the Demogorgons, Demodogs, Demobats? I didn't care about them. I swear I did not give a damn about them. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I said, fuck them. I'm just worried about what, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. Could they have helped the situation? Probably so. You know what I'm saying? Did the Mind Flayer and Vecna even have a plan if the two planets would have merged? Probably not. But did I care about that in that moment when I was watching this finale? Listen, I judge stuff. I'm telling you, this is what it is for me. I judge stuff based on how it make me feel, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes shit don't make no logical sense, but it made me hype when I was watching it, so I just forgive it. That's me just being real. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why I never probably be, you know how they be having on Rotten Tomato like top critic? I'd never be there. Because that ain't how I watch it. You know what I mean? I gotta get hype, emotional, all of those different things. And there are times if I'm just like watching certain stuff, like, yeah, I break it down. But nah, that wasn't the case for me. Now this episode right here though, listen, first of all, the hot, everybody was bashing Colin. Okay? Everybody was bashing Colin. Me too. There's no point in me lying. I was bashing her too. I couldn't stand. I thought she was an op. You know what I'm saying? She over there talking like, you need to kill yourself. Shut up. I'm like, shut up. Get out. What do you even do? You hear me? But she came through. You know what I'm saying? She came through in a clutch, especially for the end. I said, I don't even know if that shit happened for real. I don't know if that's just what Mike think or if that's what actually happened. I think it is what actually happened. That was genius. Love that. That whole moment between Hop and L, that just peaked. Listen, now a lot of things people haven't been really enjoying is like these character moments that these characters been having in the midst of all the stuff that's been going on. But to me, this episode, it done it really well. The one between Mike and Will, you know, they just like, I'm sorry that I didn't notice. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Then they boom, they was going about their way. The one with Steve and Jonathan, you know what I'm saying? They were talking. Now listen, nothing's going on. They're not getting out in the rush. They just walking to their destination. So yeah, that's a perfect time for them to have that conversation. I like how those two just like express themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we're not best friends, but like she is a reason. You know what I'm saying? Nancy is that, and Nancy is that. I don't give a damn. You put Nancy up there with Sarah Connor, damn, what's the one from what's the one? Sigourney Weaver and Alien, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I can't think of her name. Really, all that, yeah. Sarah Connor, Ridley Scott, all that. Not Ridley Scott, what the fuck? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But nonetheless, that was a banger. The whole bang out with Vecna, listen. Now, I told people, Vecna not like that. I told people, I said, man, y'all putting too much faith in Vecna. He ain't living like that. Okay, he decent, but he ain't living like that. It ain't in his blood, ain't in his heart. He ain't really, you hear me? He ain't really, you know what I'm saying? He ain't a gangster like that. You feel me? And then he just got exposed today. He got exposed by somebody better. Now, what he did that I thought was, I'm talking about genius. He knew he couldn't get the L, so he got the Hop. He manipulated Hop into thinking he shot L just so he can get up out of there. So Hop would take her up out of there. Smart. The man playing like, you know what I'm saying? He was elite in the first quarter. Second quarter, he started to get soft on him. You know what I'm saying? He started letting Holly get off on him. He couldn't catch Derek, even though he got powers and should have used his powers way before then. All of that shit. You know, and somebody also brought up, how do you get tired in the memory? Well, he just that fat, I guess. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That maybe in his mind, he just thinking like, I can't run this fast in real life, so I'm tired now. I don't know. I don't actually fucking know. But then he sees that memory again, and Will comes to him just like, nah, it's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? It just used you. You were a vessel just like me. And then I started getting pissed off in that moment. I said, oh, this boy a bitch, man. Here you go. He finna fold. He did not fold. Vecna said, no, this is who I am. It showed me what the world is. I'm doing this for the love of the game. That's where he got me right there. I said, that's how you doing that. Lock in. Lock in. Go out there and stretch something. He didn't stretch nothing still. But I ain't gonna lie, the battle to me was actually pretty dope. I understand some people have some problems with it. But out of them versus the Mind Flayer is probably one of the coolest things. Also, even before they got in there, when I thought Steve was finna fall, that right there was great. There was so much greatness within this episode. L taking out all the soldiers. Boy, man, that joint had me hyped in a bit. I'm talking about, listen, it's a tale of two sides. It's a tale of two episodes. Because the first hour and 15, I guess I would say, is that. It's like the them versus, the battle to save the world. Then the last 45, 50, it's like the epilogue, which I thought was a excellent epilogue, by the way. The speech by Dustin, the speech by Mike, both of those tear jerkers, okay, tear jerkers, and just seeing the obviously like Lucas and Max are still dating, Mike is still dealing with the thoughts about L. Dustin's growing. I love the fact he's growing. Will seems to be in a much better place. Hop and obviously Hop and Joyce, you know what I'm saying, that their dating life is moving to like the next stage. All of that shit is so good. But speaking of Joyce, George probably got one of the best moments within this episode, because as Vecna was like laying down, bleeding out, and Joyce tells him you fuck with the wrong family and starts cutting him, and you start seeing with each cut you see a memory, and then they go to the character and you see a memory that their character has had to face on this journey dealing with this Mind Flayer, Vecna, all of that. You know what I'm saying? The pain that they've suffered. That is one of the best sequences, because for so much so, Joyce hasn't done a lot this season, but you have to still remember this started with her. Not necessarily, obviously, it was her son that got kidnapped, but like she was season one, she was really one of the titular characters within the show. She still is, but like it was following her trying to find her son and get her son. That's what it was. And it started with her pain. You know what I'm saying? Because we saw her pain more than anybody else in the first season, and so she got all that pain back this episode. That's what I love to see. And I'm almost positive. Obviously, because I didn't write anything down, I'm just shooting from here with this. There's going to be parts about this episode that I obviously forget. But just know that I enjoyed the hell out of it. I had a blast. One thing about me, and I say this all the time, you probably heard it if you watched any of my videos, one of the most important things about any show or movie that I watch is going to be the ending. That is, to me, that is like the two most important things are the characters and the ending, right? Great character, you got some good characters, I damn near watch them do anything. But if your ending is bad, I don't give a damn what I've seen before. It can ruin the entire thing for me. Okay, to some degree. And coming off those last 3 episodes, which I didn't think was like garbage or anything like that. I didn't think they was up to par with a lot of stuff we've seen before. Personally, you know what I'm saying? At times, there was some good stuff in those last 3 episodes for sure. But I was a little worried about this season finale. But after watching, I'm just like, I probably wouldn't have wanted it any other way. Because some things I probably would have maybe wanted to see, like, I wanted to see somebody get stretched. I'm not going to lie to you. Because Vecna's never felt like a threat to me. That's my only thing. That's my biggest issue, is that he never, ever felt like a threat. Because I seen L beat him twice. He needed, at some point, I felt like in order for me to feel like he was a threat, I needed him to beat L, and he didn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just, and they kept them separate. That's the reason they kept them 2 characters separated for so long, is because of that. You know what I'm saying? And obviously she had help at times, but I just like, but nonetheless, I like I said, I enjoyed this. This was amazing seeing where all the characters end up at: Nancy, Robin, Steve, Mike, not Mike, Nancy, Robin, Steve, Jonathan. Just see what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Them in their adulthood. You know what I'm saying? Seeing, like I said, seeing the boys graduate. Dustin Jones with the Hellfire Live. Uh, all of that, man. That shit just and it's so many times throughout this episode, it just played back to like so many different moments throughout this entire 10 years that just, that made us fans of this show. The moment with like Mike and 11, I thought was really good. Millie Bobby Brown really, really delivered some good shit in that moment. Like more so than we've seen her do really any other show, because like a lot of times they don't really give her much speaking role, much to talk about. But like in that one, like it's like okay, the one time we really get her to see her just like talk, it meant a lot. You know what I'm saying? So that to me that was incredible. And I obviously found out 3 waterfalls. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see it like her and what's her name someday see each other again. There's a part of me believe that we will see this group again years down the line. I think it's going to be years down the road, but it would not surprise me if we see these guys again. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be so far from what we know now, and who knows where, you know what I'm saying, these actors are gonna be at that point in their careers. But I definitely think we'll see. I don't think this was the last we'll see of these guys. That's just my personal take. I think maybe 5 to probably 10 years they'll come back for another just random ass season. But then again, once again, you don't know where these people will be at in their career. Some of them may stop acting. Some of them may be like movie stars or having something else. I don't know. But overall, this was a great finale. I think it was the best episode of the show, even though it has its problems, which I'm pretty sure people are going to constantly bring up. But like I said, for what I felt while I was watching it, I didn't give a fuck. Okay, I'm just being real with you. You guys, let me know what y'all thought about it down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the vid. I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.